Greetings, Mason Storm here. Today we're making a casserole, one of my favorites for potlucks. My theory with potlucks is bring something you like, that way you got a guaranteed meal you can eat. So to begin with, I've got a can of salsa. This is just homemade stuff. A couple cups of cheese that's been grated, a medium onion. I've got about a kilogram of beef. And I decided to use this style of noodles. I think they're bow ties or something, but you can use any kind of small noodle that you have on hand. We're going to start our process off by browning our beef. So pan on the stove, a little bit of oil in the pan, nice and hot. We add in our beef and our onions. So we're just going to cook that till the beef is browned. Now my beef here is a bit frozen, so it takes a little bit longer than normal. Of course, by a little bit longer, it's probably an order of magnitude longer. Of course, once our beef is brown, we're going to be reducing our heat and then adding in our salsa, which really acts as our seasoning for this fine casserole. There's a lot of flavor in salsa, so you add one ingredient, you're actually adding like 10. Super duper fantastic, awesome, amazing. I know. While we let this stew away on the stovetop, we're going to get our water ready for making our pasta, and then we're going to cook said pasta. I usually cook my pasta till al dente, but when it comes to making a casserole like this, you might want to go slightly under. But the amount that you go slightly under can be a little bit tricky, so probably just cook it al dente and then you're kind of set. But otherwise you'd want it like 20 seconds before al dente would be kind of the ideal, which is probably not the easiest thing to accomplish. But once it's all cooked up, we'll drain it out and then we can set that aside and we can begin our final assembly. So we got ourselves a stone casserole dish here, and we're simply going to mix our three ingredients together: our pasta, our meat, and our cheese. I think in this particular batch I could have went a little bit heavier on the pasta. 1-to-1 or 1.2-to-1 pasta to meat probably is more of an ideal. And as far as your cheese goes, you can use whatever you want. A lot of people like to use that Tex-Mix, and that's usually works pretty good in this too. But I had the cheddar, I grated it, it was fantastic. The other thing that you might want to do is add a little bit more seasoning, depending on the spice level of your salsa. A little sriracha can go a long way to enhancing flavors that the more mild forms of salsa are simply lacking. But if you're making this as a casserole or doing it at a potluck, you might want to go easy on the spice. Especially in the area I'm in, people are afraid of spice. And we're simply going to bake that in the oven for about half an hour, 45 minutes, till it's all nice and bubbly. So there we go, we have ourselves a nice casserole. Let me know what your thoughts are of this in the comments below. And if you like my content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay awesome.